Hey guys, just want to do a comparison of these two bags. This is the Vessel Pro Cart. It's the color that is called Iron Brew. And then you have this one. This is the Big Rig. I bought both of these bags. I was hoping that this would work out for me, and then when I got it and it did it, and I'm about to send this back, and I'll kind of tell you why. I ordered this one, and I've been pretty happy with it. And I'll talk about kind of the things that are a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a bummer in a sense, but anyway, let's talk through it. So first, let's get a deep dive of this Vessel bag, and I want to point out a few things that a lot of people don't. The thing I really love about Vessel, and I think they do really well, quality's up there. It's really nice, but I love that they put these like pockets within pockets. Golly, it really makes phenomenal storage. It really does. Like I really like in here in the place where you put your golf balls. You have this pocket here. You can fill it up with tees, with markers, with other kind of tools. They have pockets here on both sides, and that's super organized, and it makes everything a lot easier. If you go into here where your rangefinder is, you got nice material in here, and then you have two pockets in here, and that's super sweet. Like they do a really good job at like pockets and then pockets, make it super organized. So what are the things I don't like about the Vessel? Why did I decide to go with the Big Rig instead? So a few things I don't like the Vessel for. I'll just call those out. First thing is this cooler pocket. Like it's kind of awkward. A lot of, I don't know if it was smaller in other bags. This one, it's the whole length of this pocket. And that's kind of cool, right? Like you to be able to put a whole bunch of beers and some gel bags or something like that in here. They have a little bit of a drain, if you can kind of see the hole down here, just to make sure. But, you know, if you have any water, it's going to kind of fall all over your bag. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But anyway, but in actuality, if you fill this whole thing up, your bag's tipping over. Like, there's no way to keep it up. It's just, I don't know. Like, I really like bags that have it a little bit more centered. Like the Ping Deluxe bag that's located right here. So all your drinks and everything like that go there. Feels like it's centered. Sure, if there's drinks that kind of fall a little bit forward, and that might have a tendency to kind of tip over your bag as well, but it just seems like it's much more centered. You know, going to this Big Rig, you have the frosty pocket or your plate area here. You got huge room in there. Apparently you can fit about 7 cans of 12-ounce beers in there. There are drain pockets down there that drain into the ball pocket, but in the ball pocket there are also drains that are kind of in here. It's kind of hard to see without making all my stuff all over, but yeah, it's pretty good. I really like this handle as well. What are things in this bag that I really like? Two big things that I really love for a cart bag, and especially for somebody that use a push cart, or has, you know, one of those following push carts or something like that, the electric ones. I love that there's a place for your glove on both sides. You know, it's not so hard retrieving your glove, no matter what side it is, like on the Vessel, but putting it in, like if you're standing on this side and you're trying to put your glove on this side, you kind of have to walk over or feel around. And anyway, it's not as easy, and eventually you put it just on a corner, you walk away, your cart hits a bump, and you're, you know, next thing you know, you've lost your golf glove. This one has it on both sides, which is really super convenient, I feel like. So you got both of the Velcro areas right here where you can put your glove. That's really cool. I don't know what this is for. It hasn't been I haven't seen it advertised or any specified. This kind of looks like one of those flag patches or you know, something like that you would maybe have in the front. Have no idea, but whatever. Another place where you can Velcro something too. The other thing I like about this over the Vessel is the Vessel only has clips one, two on one side of the bag, which is not convenient if you're in a cart and you're the driver and you're in the US and that means that you're on the left side of the cart. It's much better to have your brush and your towel on this side, right? And if you're the passenger, it's better to have it on this side. Or if you're in a walking cart or push cart, it's good to have options put on both sides. Anyway, more options are better. And I really like, they do have a really high quality one, just like the Vessel. Actually, it's a clip versus the Vessel isn't. It's just a piece of metal, and it can kind of come off and on. Same thing with this one, but I do like that clip. That's a little bit higher quality in my opinion. You also have these two towel rings, and you can use them to old school, put a towel in there like that, or clip other things on, put your speaker on here. And so that's super awesome that you can kind of move it and it's adaptable towards you. Other cool thing, especially if you play a lot of winter golf in the fall and all that, you might in spring, early spring, and you need a jacket or something. Really cool place for you to just stuff your jacket in there or stuff something that you need quick access to. That's awesome. That's really cool. I really like this as a feature. You don't have to open anything. You can retrieve it really quick or put it in real quick. That's awesome. I kind of prefer the Vessel's 15-way. This is a 7-way. The 15 was sold out. Really prefer this and the 15-way version of this over this one. It kind of, yeah, you can shove two things in there or so, but it's a little bit of a bummer. Kind of a hard plastic, but I don't think it's gonna cause any damage or be any problem at all. And again, if you want to put something additional there, or you find another golf club on the course and you need to pick it up, take it back to the clubhouse, no problem putting in two clubs into one spot, even with these huge grips. The bigger ones in the back, of course, you can put multiple things in there. I have a driver and a hybrid in one slot, and it's not a problem really at all. So that's all good. The only thing I want to say that I don't necessarily like about the big rig is that from a quality perspective, although there's a lot of really good quality aspects to this, you can tell it was done right. One thing that kind of throws me off is this part right here. It kind of stands out. It's weird. It feels like this is a little bit misaligned. And if you take a step backwards, it kind of feels like everything's just a degree or two off to the left. That would be my only complaint, is it just looks like just a little bit off. And if that's something that would throw you off, well, that kind of threw me off, or is throwing me off as well. I'm trying to get over it. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. What I love about this bag versus like the Ping Deluxe, I have an older model somewhere here. Actually, here it is. This Ping Deluxe. There's a lot of logos and writing and all that stuff on it. That sucks. I wanted something that's going to be a little bit more streamlined, and lo and behold, my bag just fell over. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. That being said, this bag, you've read, has a tendency to fall over a little bit. Really hasn't been that big of an issue, but if all your clubs are kind of leaning forward, or if you pack your bag like I packed mine, that might be an issue. If you have them a little bit more balanced like that, with your heads facing backwards like that, I haven't had an issue or a problem like that. Of course, I'm on a bench, so it's not going to be the most stable platform either. So I'll kind of use that as the reason why I fell over. Oh, there it goes again. Anyway, hopefully this isn't be too big of a problem. It hasn't happened very often, but heads up, especially if you don't want to scratch or damage your clubs. Yeah, I just did. But yeah, it's something that you hear a lot of people complain about. If you load your bag with your irons and your wedges kind of in the back instead of the front, and you put your driver and stuff like that up here, which a lot of people in push carts tend to do, If you're in a golf cart, of course, you probably don't want to do that. But yeah, anyway, I have single length clubs like most of my clubs are. These are Avoda's single length. The only ones that are different lengths are this 5 and my 4 iron. Those are a little bit longer just to keep that club speed up and make sure I'm able to get the distance I'm looking for those. Those don't work with the organizer system that goes on the vessel. It's an add-on, but it kind of clips in this area and makes things look really nice. Those only work with standard length clubs, not single length. So that was another reason why the whole vessel setup system didn't kind of work for me and meet my needs. The whole reason why, though, I'm returning this, golly, this carbon fiber, everything looks freaking awesome. I probably wouldn't have went for this this bag if it wasn't for the color. Again, this is called Iron Brew, but on the website it looks so much more orange. It looks kind of like iron. I don't know if it's coming through, but in the video, but in person, this looks like more of I don't know if your wife or your significant other that's a female were to have a nude color lipstick, this would kind of be what they would have. It really looks nude tan. Like, it doesn't look iron, it doesn't look orange, it doesn't at all. So I was super disappointed. As soon as I brought it out of the bag, I was like, wow, this really doesn't look like the bag on the website. I mean, it looks a few shades off. I showed my wife. She said, yeah, that's probably just the lighting on the website. So maybe it's just an expectation issue with me, or maybe that threw me off. But this just did not look like the bag that I wanted or would fit me, even though that carbon fiber looks sick. So anyway, I'm returning it, and I'm going to keep this big rig. The one thing I wanted to call out in the big rig that I didn't like, and I don't know why they did it this way, is if you go into this pocket, you'll notice that you have this kind of sleeve that's kind of in the middle of everything. That's for the umbrella that goes in through here. You can kind of see this hole. And it feeds into this pocket, and I have no idea why. I'm like, why would you take crucial space away for a thing that you would use a fraction percentage of the time for an umbrella, especially that goes inside the bag? Like, that's durability issues, that's all kinds of things. I don't know why you would do it that way. I like the vessel setup a lot more, that has a really nice tucked one. It's not like a loose string that a lot of them do have. And then it has this area right here where the umbrella goes on the outside, and then it clips on to this place right there. I think that's much more streamlined, especially for something you don't use very often. I don't know why they ended up doing what they did. Kind of seems silly. The other thing that's kind of weird with the big rig is it has a lot of these small pockets. And you're like, what the hell would you use these for? Like, unless you're putting in little packets of something for the golf course. Like, it's just, they're so small, they're unusable almost. Maybe you can put in some ball markers, but no idea. And there's quite a few of those type of pockets in this bag. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Here's another one that goes in the side pocket, and you can't even, like, in here I think I put some ball markers in case somebody's like, I forgot mine, you know, that I can just give them. And I got a USB C to USB A adapter in there. But outside of that, like, what are these pockets for? Yeah, anyway. So that kind of wraps it up. The other thing that, last thing I promise, is that I really didn't get is both of these pockets have this vent. And I guess the idea that is marketed for you to put your shoes in there and or anything else that's maybe sweaty and allow it to vent. But again, it's so silly because it's like, why would you do that? Like if you were to put your shoes in here, chances are they probably are tracking dirt and grass and things like that that you would never want to be put in your bag, and especially it's hard to clean out. So unless have a vacuum that you can vacuum it out, like I just don't understand it. And there's not just one vent, there's two vents. So I think that's overkill. I think that there's no need for that. It really isn't. Like, I would have much rather, like on the Ping Deluxe, if you look back here, they have like the little stash spot that you can pull out and put your shoes in there. I'll show you real quick. And that's a much better type design than this one. Here's my Ping Deluxe. This is an older version. But yeah, you just pull this out right here. You can put in your shoes. That makes way much more sense than having your shoes inside your bag, where again there's a lot of dirt and everything like that that you'd be tracking in there. Like, it just doesn't make much sense at all. And then this umbrella holder, again, doesn't go inside the bag, but it kind of runs on the outside, and it gives you a place to put your umbrella right there. Anyway, all right, that's it. I just wanted to cover some things that you might not see in other reviews. Let me know if you have any questions.